Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, Shawn Brady vanishes the week of September 18. Belle Brady reportedly experiences panic attacks. Could Shawn decide to go to Greece in order to seek atonement? This might relate to the difficulty that Alex Kyriakis and Brad Black experienced during their own grief assignment. Find out what might happen next in this plot by continuing to read. Harris Michaels told Shawn that Bo Brady was dangerous, according to DOL spoilers. Shawn consequently thought his mother was in danger during the violent confrontation between Bo and Hope Williams Brady. Shawn was unaware that Hope had only recently communicated with Bo. Shawn continues to hold himself responsible despite acting on the only facts he had at the time. When Victor Kyriakis passed away, Shawn felt more guilty. Victor was the sole person aboard the flight when it crashed, according to Shawn's logic, because he put Bo into a coma. Despite the fact that Shawn is really stretching to explain why he is to blame for Victor's passing, this does not lessen his guilt. Marlena Evans was now offering assistance to Shawn. Shawn even considered killing himself, but a knock on the door stopped him. When the shame gets too overwhelming, Shawn continues to drink. It appears that Shawn's issues will persist. In a public fight scene the week of September 11, Shell is mentioned. Plus, Shawn could once more question Belle's loyalty with Philip Kyriakis back in Salem. Brady Black's difficulty. Brady and Alex travel to Greece the week of September 11 according to Days of Our Lives spoilers. They do, however, encounter some sort of difficulty. Because of Victor, Brady and Alex must be traveling to Greece. There might be a mystery of some kind that needs to be resolved. The following week, September 18, Shawn disappears. Additionally, it is said that Belle would become distraught by the loss of her husband. Could Shawn have some crazy idea in his head about how he can atone for Bo's murder and Victor's passing? Is it feasible that Alex and Brady's vacation to Greece has something to do with Shawn's disappearance? Post your comments in the space provided below. What do you think will happen to Philip, Belle, Alex, Brady, and the other Salemites? Keep an eye on the Peacock soap opera to find out what happens next. Days of Our Lives spoilers state that Joseph Bell has been named as the mysterious man. Joseph doesn't know the names of his wife or son, despite the fact that he knows he has them. The only thing Joseph seems to be certain about is the proximity of his son. John Black and Marlena Evans will surprise Joseph the week of September 11th. Could Jarlena bring Joseph and his son together? If so, may this tale still have a surprise ending? According to DOL teasers, Marlena and Kayla Johnson are both attempting to assist the enigmatic amnesiac. Now receiving assistance from John and Steve Patch Johnson, Stephen Nichols is the patient of Kayla and Marlena. While Black Patch discovered the terrible past of the enigmatic veteran within the VA system, there is yet another piece to the puzzle. While Black Patch looks for solutions, Joseph is swiftly gaining a lot of support within the hospital. Dick Van Dyke's character has interacted with other people in addition to Jarlena and Stella, including Doug Williams and Julie Williams. Joseph recently revealed that he lives close to his son. Even though he was unable to provide a name or any other information, the guy simply knew that his kid was nearby. John and Steve will therefore attempt to identify Joseph's son by following the hints. The Jarlena surprise for the unknown man. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers for the week of September 11, John and Marlena are planning something special for Joseph. This must be related to the discovery of Joseph's son. Maybe John and Steve also locate Joseph's spouse. But that would be tying up this enigma far too fast. There must be more to the story, it seems. An emotional reunion? If Black Patch manages to track down Joseph's son, it's probable that the reunion won't exactly be happy. Joseph might not be able to remember anything because it hurts too much. What if the amnesiac is visited by Joseph's son, who then rejects him? That might result in a new plot arc where Salem might strive to assist Joseph in reconciling with his son. What do you suppose John and Marlena have in store for the unidentified man the week of September 11? Will Black Patch track down Joseph's child? Could things not go as planned for the reunion? Will that result in Dick Van Dyke's character getting another chapter? Post your comments in the space provided below. Keep an eye on the Peacock soap opera to find out what happens next. Days of Our Lives spoilers hint that E.J. Demura has given up waiting to exact revenge on Susan Banks, his mother, for her passing. E.J. holds Xander Cook and Ava Vital both accountable. E.J. has recruited a professional assassin, whom he claims to have used before, to kill them in order to do this. E.J. is nut. He doesn't know Ava just had a breakthrough in hypnosis. Ava recalled seeing Susan leave the vehicle accident she caused after it had happened. Get out of Bayview. The first time E.J.'s violent employee tried to kill Ava and Harris, she was stopped. Soon, Michaels, Harris, and Ava will understand that E.J. hired a killer to assassinate her. Bayview won't be secure enough, so expect the pair to make a spectacular getaway. Ava will understand that the only way to stop E.J. is to deliver Susan while still alive. Even as they avoid E.J.'s hired murderer, they may pick up some surprising allies along the road. Susan Banks, where is she? If Susan did survive, Ava and Harris will need to rapidly provide an explanation to the question of where she has been during this entire period. Ava noticed Susan leaving the debris, but was she hurt? Did she ever experience a comatose condition after that? Or is it possible that she has memory loss of some kind? There must be a justification for Susan's separation from her family. She must be unable to for whatever reason. Can Susan Banks be found with the help of Bonnie Kyriakis? Viewers might remember Bonnie Kyriakis being able to hear Susan's last thoughts before she passed away. Bonnie might still possess the skill. Bonnie could be in for a shock if Susan emerges from her coma shortly. Most people would likely assume she still has PTSD if she starts hearing Susan in her head. Harris and Ava might be able to locate Susan collectively if they learn of Bonnie's allegations. Hopefully, if they give Susan to E.J., he will cancel his contract with the assassin. How do you feel? Is E.J. correct to seek retaliation? Can Ava and Harris get away from the murderer? Is Bonnie necessary for locating Susan? Keep watching Days of Our Lives, which airs every weekday on Peacock, because anything can happen in Salem. Day of Our Lives rumors and spoilers if Susan Banks is still alive. There might be a solution as to why she hasn't returned and where she is. She may be in London searching for Edmund Crumb if she has partial amnesia and can only recall events up to the time of E.J. Demura's birth. She might be on the lookout for the infant Elvis and her late husband Edmund, a pilot, depending on how far back in time her recollection goes. The birth of baby E.J. was surrounded by a lot of chaos because Susan had been paid to pose as Kristen Blake. Before adopting the Demura moniker, she wanted a child, and she asked Susan to become pregnant and deliver the child to Kristen after it was born. Susan realized Kristen was harsh and deceitful, whereas John was lovely and honorable, when she learned that John Black was actually engaged to the real Kristen. She therefore intended to step in for Kristen as both the baby's mother and John's lover, as she was the child's genuine mother. Reuniting John Black and Marlena Evans foiled the plan. However, John and Susan as Kristen were not meant to be. He got back up with Marlena Evans and thwarted the scheme. Back in Salem, many thought Susan and Edmund were raising the infant E.J. after Susan and Edmund got married and moved to England. The child's father, Stefano Demura, however, kidnapped him from Susan and raised him at Maison Blanche in New Orleans before sending him to English boarding schools. Susan might be in England looking for both infant E.J. and Edmund, with whom she hadn't spoken in years, if this is the moment in her memory. Regarding E.J., she would have no memory of anything prior to his disappearance after Stefano kidnapped him as a newborn. Relics of the past. Following their escape from Bayview after EJ sent a hit woman after Ava to exact revenge on Susan, Harris Michaels and Ava Vitali set out to find Susan. They delve a little deeper into her past to learn more about EJ's birth conditions before traveling to London to look for Edmund Crumb. Even though it would seem reasonable to expect that if she located him, he would deliver her to her grown son, they haven't spoken in years. Harris believes it's worth a try to find Edmund, since at least he'll be aware of what's occurring. Susan might not have discovered Edmund because he might have moved, but Harris doubts it. If he spots Susan, he can either provide assistance or, given her pathetic condition, he might be shielding her from harm. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.